click this link because you're looking for solid information about detangling fine natural hair. Well, this video is a little bit different. It's actually a talk through of how to detangle your fine natural hair, whether it's short, medium, or long. So let's get into this. Hi Curlfriend, and welcome to another episode from Fine Natural Hair Rocks, and I'm your host, Lavinia Latham. Thank you very much for the support over time and for you guys just showing up for every single video. I really do appreciate it. For those of you guys who are new to Fine Natural Hair Rocks and you want more content or you're enjoying this content so far, definitely go ahead and hit up the subscribe button and also give this video a big like because those things really help Fine Natural Hair Rocks out. All right, that's enough about Fine Natural Hair Rocks. Let's just jump on into these tips. So first, I want to talk about when you have short hair. If you've got short fine natural hair, chances are likely that your hair doesn't break off as often because it's shorter. And so your hair doesn't have as many opportunities to tangle up on itself and to break off. And so when you're detangling short fine natural hair, you want to really use methods like perhaps a pick or, perhaps you are using a wide tooth comb. You still don't want to be detangling your short fine natural hair using, fine tooth combs or using harsh methods or even detangling your hair when it's in its totally dry state. That is actually really damaging and abrasive for your hair, and it will break off, unfortunately. So similar to some of the methods that you might have seen right here on Fine Natural Hair Rocks, what you want to do is make sure that your hair has some type of a detangling agent in it, something to really allow and help your curls to slide past each other. Because if your curls are sliding past each other, that means that your hair isn't having as many opportunities to break off. So to kind of show you what I did, talk through rather what I did while I was a short fine natural haired natural, I really focused on, when I was doing it wrong, I was focusing on doing things that were not in alignment with growth. So for example, I would be combing out my hair dry. I would be using a fine tooth comb. I wouldn't be neglecting to use a detangling agent when dealing with my hair. All of those things cause breakage. All of those things cause stunted growth. And all of those things lead to a situation where you're not really seeing the health of your hair. So whether your hair is short, medium, or long, the real takeaway point here is that you really want to make sure that your hair is being dealt with in a very calm and an easy way, a way that, it's just like skin. You wouldn't treat your skin abrasively because that hurts. So think about your hair in the same way. You might not necessarily feel the pain directly, but treat your hair in a way where it's receiving the tender, loving care that it deserves. Brief commercial break. If you guys are enjoying this video, please feel free to go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to Fine Natural Hair Rocks if you want to continue receiving lots of tips, tricks, and just overall advice about your fine natural hair, because I'm dedicated to helping somebody avoid the mistakes that caused my natural hair journey up until this point to be 11 years. Hopefully for you, I can help you make this a 1 year, 2 year, maybe 3 year journey. But the point is to really slice that time in half. All right, let's jump on to our next tip. Our next tip is for medium hair. So this advice is for medium length fine natural hair. If you've got medium length fine natural hair, and the definition that I'd like to move with today is hair that is, maybe it's shoulder length. So you've got medium length, shoulder length hair, and you're looking for ways to detangle that. At this point, you've grown past the teeny weeny afro stage. You're now at shoulder length hair, and so your hair has more opportunity to break off on itself. A lot of naturals find themselves in situations where their hair is breaking off and it's staying at shoulder length because they haven't actually learned how to take care of that hair properly at that particular length. And so at this stage in your natural hair journey, you really want to make sure that the detangling methods that you're using them in a way that allows for growth, it allows for length retention, and it's minimally abrasive. So what does that look like? You're still gonna go in and use your detangling agent, so like a detangling product. Maybe it's a detangler, maybe it's or a detangling spray, sorry. Maybe it's a conditioner, maybe it's a deep conditioner, maybe it's a pre-poo treatment. All of these things you're gonna figure out for yourself during your exploratory stage, which would have been when you were a short natural. So now that you're a medium natural, hopefully you would have developed, some ways that work for yourself. And at that point, you probably would have known, if you've gotten your hair to, medium length, you probably would have developed a way to actually, get through your curls a little bit more easily. And you probably have some products on deck that work well for you. So again, now is when you really want to be finding the tools that work best for you. You're probably noticing that the tools you were working with before, they don't necessarily work as well. So maybe a wide tooth comb. My personal favorite is there's a wide tooth comb from, I think it's Magic Sageman or something like that. But anyways, it's wide tooth, it's seamless, and it really does glide past the hair in a way that doesn't cause breakage. Another thing that you could do is, or another way and method is perhaps trying out different brushes. So on the market, they've got the Tangle Teaser, they've got the Felicia Leatherwood brush, they have another detangling brush that looks very similar to the Felicia Leatherwood brush. They've got tons of, brushes that look like the Tangle Teaser. There's just so many different options. And so the real takeaway point from this, Curlfriend, is that you want to find something that works for you. And the only way you're going to find something that works for you is if you actually have, you've done the trial and error. You've tried different brushes. You've tried different combs. Maybe you're the natural who finger detangling works better for. A lot of people have achieved great length and great health by finger detangling. That's another thing that you could try. And your fingers are free 99. So story time. Okay, so the reason why my fine natural hair actually stayed at shoulder length for like the greater part of like 5 to 8 years, like you guys, it was just ridiculous how long I stayed at the same length. And detangling is a huge part of why my hair stuck at that point. So at one point I thought that, detangling my hair with my fingers would have been a good idea. Turns out for me particularly, and for my fine strands, that was a really bad idea because I just didn't have the time and the energy to be detangling my hair with my fingers all the time. Mind you, some fine naturals have a lot of success with this, and that's totally okay. That's actually fantastic. But unfortunately, I wasn't one of those naturals. And so at some point, I actually ended up with dreads. You guys, like the back of my hair was actually turning into dreads when I tried to finger detangle my hair. So I quickly learned that that was not a good thing for me. Another major issue that I made with my fine natural hair was to go ahead and, detangle my hair with pre-poo treatments. That was a horrible idea for me. And so I stuck like that for years, thinking that pre-pooing my hair with coconut oil and then going in and, detangling my hair with the coconut oil on it. I really genuinely thought that that was something that was good for me. And it wasn't. So what's the takeaway point from that story time, Curlfriends? The takeaway point is that you really got to try different ways. You really got to be open to changing up your methods, especially if you're on this natural hair journey and your hair is staying the exact same. If that's the case for you, that means that it's time to switch something up. Okay, so back to regularly scheduled programming. So so that's your medium hair. Like if you've got shoulder length hair, those tips should really help you out to get down to longer hair. Now, Curlfriends, when you have fine, natural, long hair, I feel like I'm there. I would say that my hair has definitely gotten much longer. I'm now sitting between armpit length and bra strap length. And so the tips that have really worked for me at this point and that have led to consistent growth all the time, month by month, like clockwork, is to deep condition my hair. So first of all, let me back up. You really, at this stage, if you're here and your hair has passed armpit length, because that's another length that a lot of naturals tend to get stuck at. If you've passed armpit length and now you're on your way to bra strap length or waist length, hair, that means that you know exactly how to detangle your hair. You know what works, you know what is going to really result in length retention week by week, month by month, year by year. And so for me, what does that look like? That looks like deep conditioning my hair and then, and only then, detangling it with my fingers first and then my Felicia Leatherwood brush second. The reason why I know that that works for me is because I've actively charted my hair journey. I've actively paid attention to what works and what doesn't work so that moving forward, I can avoid those mistakes and I can see the length that I'm trying so hard to retain, right? Another great tip for detangling long natural hair is to only detangle your hair. And you know what? This tip goes for everything. Only detangle your hair when you're in a state to deal with your hair. So if you're stressed, if you're angry, if you're mad, if you're pissed off, I guess stressed, angry, mad, and pissed off is pretty much the same thing, a negative emotion, right? If you've got a negative emotion going on, dealing with your natural hair in that particular moment is not a good place to be. You want to be detangling your hair when you're nice and relaxed. Maybe you're watching a good movie. Maybe you're having a good laugh with a friend or a family member. Maybe you're watching, some Fine Natural Hair Rocks. Sorry guys, I had to put in that shameless self-plug. But anyways, the point is that you're doing something that you enjoy. You're doing something that feels good. And so if that's the state that you're in, chances are more likely that you're going to deal with your hair in a way that is conducive to growth. So yeah, curl friends, this has been fantastic. If you guys are enjoying this type of a listen through, lots of us are busy, lots of us are trying to multitask at the moment, then, definitely hit the like button and let me know in the comment box below. What would you like to hear on this talk through Fine Natural Hair Rocks episode next? Or, what kinds of topics interest you? What things run through your mind when you're maybe washing the dishes, maybe dealing with the kids, maybe driving? What are the kinds of things that you wish you could get more information about as it relates to your hair that you'd like to listen to more from Fine Natural Hair Rocks? Let me know in the comment box below. Y'all, thank you so very much for watching, or rather listening. I keep saying watching because I'm so used to talking to you guys on camera. But thank you so much for listening to this talk through. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. Of course, I'm right here on YouTube. I've also got a podcast. That podcast is called Strive to Be More. The content of the podcast is a lot different than the content of Fine Natural Hair Rocks. Over on Strive to Be More, which you can find on all major podcast platforms, we talk about life, we talk about relationships, and we talk about personal growth. So if you like those topics and you're looking for something a little bit different and outside of Fine Natural Hair, then definitely check that out on whatever podcast platform that you enjoy using the most. Y'all are absolutely amazing. I love you to the moon and back. Looking forward to connecting with you guys again. Tomorrow is a regular upload, face to face with a watch party to match. So definitely look out tomorrow for tomorrow's brand new Fine Natural Hair Rocks episode. It is dropping at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching this, Curlfriend. If you enjoyed it and there's a Curlfriend that you think might benefit from this information and advice, then definitely feel free to share this video with them. You have got my 100% permission and consent to do so. Talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye.